this message of purification, great time of year to do that. And I can't think of what I was going to say. I'm a little blissed out here. Um, Collective message. Okay, that's a good place to start. Let me go there. Collective message. So this season, when I say season, take it how you want. It could be the season of fall, right? It could be Sagittarius season. Both are about letting go so that freedom can reign. Freedom from the things that have been weighing you down, freedom from the things that have been keeping you stuck, freedom from the things that just, you just don't know what the hell to do with it. Freedom from uncertainty and the things that, like I said, mentally, emotionally, just don't really feel good. Okay. And the more you allow yourself to recognize that and to release it, right? It doesn't have to be out of, you don't have to justify it. You don't have to, give yourself a reason to. If you have one, cool. If not, that's fine. But whatever it is that feels like, I'm just kind of not feeling this anymore. This is just not the vibe. That's okay. You don't have to guilt yourself, or shame yourself into releasing anything. Okay. You can always pick it back up if you want, you know. Worry, anxiety is always there for the taking. So it ain't going nowhere. You can always come back and pick it up if you want to. But this is a season for really prioritizing what is it that helps you to feel more free, to feel more alive, and that takes purifying your mind, body, and spirit, so that you can make space for the new. And that new should be something that is based in pleasure. In the Tantra trainings, that is two parts. We do a lot of healing work, a lot of shadow work to purify ourselves, right? To release the energy we've been holding. They say the body keeps the score. Personally, I don't like that idea. Just because I just don't subscribe to the whole my body's keeping tally of things, because that seems petty. All right. And I don't think I like if somebody I knew every time I did something, they kept score of it. Like, would I really want to fuck with them? No. So I'd be like, gosh, so I don't want to put my body in that space. However, energy can get trapped or stuck, because it has nowhere to go. And so this also can be a season where you allow yourself to grieve the things that you are releasing. Just because you're releasing something doesn't mean anything bad happened. It doesn't necessarily mean that you even want to let it go. Sometimes things happen outside of our control. And what we can do is honor our emotions that we have, notice the attachments that we might have had to it, and allow ourselves to grieve. So with that being said, in those processes of letting go, it's kind of like the trees, right? The leaves, they start to turn. So maybe there's some things in your life, relationships, feelings, thoughts, things that are just kind of turning a little dull, right? The leaves in the spring and summer, they're, vibrant and colorful. And then in the fall, winter, everything starts to get a little drab. So maybe there's some areas in your life where things are getting a little drabby, okay? A little dingy, a little gray, a little, and in that process, like I said, just like the trees, right? The color of the leaves start to change and they eventually get loosened up when it's time to be released. And what happens? The wind comes and blows, the air blows and shakes it loose just a little bit, enough, gently enough for it to be released and just fall to the earth. And so the breath, air, is our way, as humans to bring some, shake things up a little bit to see what needs to be released. And as we're doing that, grief may come up, emotions may come up, shame, sometimes guilt will come up. And that's okay to honor them, but continue to breathe so that they can continue to move and flow and go where they need to. Um, and then in that space, you now have an opportunity to call in something that brings you pleasure. So to offset pain, um, the purification of those heavier energies, you want to also bring in pleasure. And this helps to reset your nervous system so that any trauma that's been stored for survival purposes or as a survival mechanism through your central nervous system can now understand how to counterbalance itself by receiving pleasure and being reminded that there is also good that you can receive as well. And when that happens, the neuroplasticity of your brain starts to say, "Oh, I actually like this pleasure thing better." And then it starts to rewire itself to want to have, to experience more of that. And as we know, where attention goes, energy flows. So when you start to align more with allowing yourself to receive pleasure, to experience pleasure, then because that is your natural state, right? That is what you're going to start to attract through your electromagnetic presence through law of attraction, because that is where you are now focused. All right. So now that went deep, was not okay. All right, teacher Keisha. So purification. May the rest of your evening and your week be peaceful.